I think most of us Star Wars fans love and enjoy the Clone Wars series due to two reasons: the depth of the show and the seriousness when it comes to storytelling. The show showed us and proved that just because it is animated doesn't mean that it has to be childish or be a story for kids. In fact, the Clone Wars is so dark you would think it is from the DC universe. Pun intended, of course. Now, I will say, Clone Wars started in a balanced state and got darker over the seasons. It is a show that really got me back into reading some of the old Star Wars books, even the Thrawn books. That was quite interesting and breathtaking at the same time. I watched Rebels shortly after, which also got better over the seasons, but I couldn't help but feel empty considering that there is this timeline or this void or this thing missing in between Clone Wars and Rebels. And I think it was a little bit all about closure. Season 7 of the Clone Wars series is promised to do all of those things that you've been missing. It is meant to scratch that itch and give closure to some arcs and some individual storylines that we all love or things that we have also anticipated. Not that we don't know what happened to a lot of these individuals, but seeing it in this medium will be quite breathtaking and give us that emotional closure that a lot of us have been looking for. In the Star Wars Celebration interview, the developers of the show, or should I say the animators and directors, they talked a little bit about what we can expect in Season 7. Season 7 of Clone Wars will comprise of 12 episodes. Episode 1 to 4 will focus on concluding the Season 6 storyline that never aired. So that is one of those things that a lot of you will also notice if you watch the season 6 of Clone Wars. You will notice that it felt like there was still something more and it just felt like everything was cut off. So this is what episode 1 to 4 of season 7 is going to do. Starting from episode 5, the relationship between Master and Padawan will start to resurface, or at least the first one will be talking about the Padawan. Episode 5 to 8 will focus on Ahsoka and what she did after leaving the Jedi Order, and it will focus on her journey through the underbelly of Coruscant and the relationships she built, and of course one of the ways she will be able to stay hidden when the Order 66 was passed. Episode 9 to 12 will reunite the Master and Padawan in an epic battle for Mandalore. Though she is no longer part of the Jedi Order, Ahsoka will still come to her master's aid in an effort to liberate Mandalore from the Separatist Alliance, a planet that we all know is now under Separatist control since Senator Palpatine took control from Maul and Savage Opress. At this point, it is fair to say that this will be much darker than ever because it will lead to the end days of the clone army. It will also link closer to Anakin Skywalker's journey into the dark side of the Force. I also doubt that they will try to eclipse the scenes or some of the stories from the prequels, but who knows. The end of the series will also see the adoption of the codename Fulcrum, which will later be used by the rebels to recognize its allies. The show will return in November 12th of this year, and you guys can expect me to do a cover for every Clone Wars episode. So starting from episode 1 all the way up to 12, every time it comes out, we're going to be doing some lore breakdowns and talking about a little bit of things, much more like an episode review. But before I leave you guys here, feel free to share your favorite Clone Wars bounty hunter. Mine has always been a juggle between Cad Bane and Embo. However, I will go with Embo just because of that magnificent cool hat that he has on his head. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.